We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to... I don't even know what this is. Is this Gunny's Adventures? That's what the YouTube channel is, right? That's what the YouTube channel is. Gunny's Adventures. Alright, alright. Still setting everything up. The guys are not gonna. The guests aren't gonna be on until a little bit later. Pinning the comment to the original post so people have the thumbnail so they can go to. I'm also pinning the thumbnail in the chat. So you can... I guess it wouldn't make sense to put it in the chat. No, it wouldn't make sense. It would not make sense. Sharing it on X now. Just had a 7.8 earthquake in Indonesia. That was downgraded to a 7.4.
Humanity's next great voyage begins.
Good roll pitch.
Roger, roll pitch.
Houston, now controlling the flight of Integrity on the Artemis II mission around the moon.
Integrity, AMT high.
AMT high.
On time, passing 30 seconds into the flights. Integrity passes the ultimate Pico. Target milestone.
Oh, we got clusters.
Confirmed.
Iranian cluster munitions struck
Mission launches the
a
core stage.
sewage line in Israel. We got footage of that.
In altitude.
2 now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
Iranian cluster munitions struck sewage lines in Benin, Brak, Israel, resulting in flooding throughout the streets. It's shit everywhere.
کی بچو کی بچو
Those are drones destroying headquarters belonging to Kurdish forces in Doak, Iraq. It's in Iraq. 1 hour ago. There's that earthquake right there. We go to see, there was a 7.3 here last night or 2 days ago, and then look at the rings on that one, and then that one that just happened a little while ago is right here. guys hear this story about Mount Everest, the shaman? Let me read this story to you. The shaman are intentional. There's a racket. So the shaman have been doing it for years. They've made up to $19 million with this racket. The guides up there in Mount Everest. They have been scamming tourists for years. Want me to read this to you? Hey, what up, Mom? Nah, there's not going to be any waves. I don't think so. Alright, watch this. Check this out. So here's the picture. From this, can you just like figure out what the hell's going on? $19.69 million fraud case going on. The shaman would at base camp. There was a whole racket from the helicopters, from the nursing. They all were involved, and they would get the guys sick, and they would think, oh, it's altitude sickness or whatever. It was intentionally so whether they would have to call a rescue team and rescue them. They would make money off this. Nah, I don't remember there being big ways for that to be a big deal. Alright. So, Everest's betrayal. The guides meant to save you are now accused of making people sick. People go to Everest expecting brutal weather, thin air, and hard climbing. They don't expect it to be danger to come from from people hired to help them. Nepali authorities have charged 32 people in what they describe as an organized fraud network tied to Everest area rescue. Those charges reportedly include trekking company owners, helicopter operators, and hospital executives. Investigators say the scam pulled in $19.69 million through fraud and insurance claims. Are you following me? Are you tracking? These people you hired to take care of you on Everest were scamming you. No, we're not saying altitude sickness isn't real. We're not saying that, Mom. But we got you. You got altitude sickness in Mammoth. We know that. The ugliest part of the case is that the police say some guys allegedly put baking soda into trekkers' food to trigger severe symptoms of distress. That would make victims look like they had altitude sickness or food poisoning, then push them towards costly helicopter evacuations. Authorities also say medical and flight records were forged intentionally. Wait. Flight logs were forged so international insurers would pay out. These are allegations in a criminal case. They're not proven facts in court yet. I'm covering my ass when I say that. This matters far beyond one mountain. Everest is one of the world's most iconic adventure routes, and in this case strikes right to the core of trust and high-risk tourism. So what we're saying is this scam made $19 million. Do you really think that this scam is a vacuum and it's only happening in one place? When it's making $19 million? Nepal has faced scrutiny over rescue fraud problems before, including earlier crackdowns on reported ties to fake or unnecessary helicopter rescues. Bottom line, this was not just the alleged greed, it was an alleged system built around fear, panic, paperwork, and profit. On a mountain where one real emergency can turn deadly fast. Police say some people have turned to rescue teams or turned to rescue itself into a weapon. Yep. You want to turn that into a watch this. Make a Grok video. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. It's at 20%. It's not to talk shit about the industry. It's to bring awareness to the industry. Not every person was scammed, but there is a scam happening. Okay, that's the whole thing about it. We're not telling you not to go be adventurous and live your life. Just be aware. %, 70%. Yeah, like you said, Mom, earlier, that there could be waves.
On Everest, guides are accused of a shocking scam, making climbers sick to extort them.
Massive fraud case takes place in Malaysia.
Documents reveal the scheme. The victims demand justice.
That's a video by Grok that I made from the thumbnail. But yeah, it says that you're right, Mom, there's reporting that there could be up to 1,000 miles away from the epicenter, there could be a tsunami threat.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, RS-25 engines. 4,
You guys watched the
3,
Artemis launch?
2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
I watched it with my nephew.
Good roll pitch.
Roger, roll pitch.
Houston now controlling the flight of Integrity on the Artemis 2 mission around the moon.
Integrity AMT high.
On time passing 30 seconds until completes. Integrity passes the ultimate beacon. Target milestone. Mission Control Houston seeing good performance on the moving engines. Space launch system core stage. Integrity 3 miles in altitude. Traveling more than 1,200 miles per hour. Mission elapsed time, passing 1 minute, approaching max Q.
On, possibly on.
Stan, we have you loud and clear on Ponce de Leon.
Have you the same?
Communication signal transfer confirmed as Integrity and its crew go supersonic.
15.
If you didn't have me, if you had some different type of a president, you wouldn't have Israel. I know you're big Israel fans, frankly. But seriously, if you didn't have me, if you had some different type of a president, you wouldn't have Israel. I know you're big Israel fans, frankly. Just Christians. I think they like Israel more than Jewish people like Israel, if you want to know the truth. It's really true. I get so many coming up, but I don't know when that started. It did start, not thousands of.
Sorry, I turned the mic off on accident. We'll be covering his speech tonight.
It's too very curious and so kind of shuffle your feet. Get on the bus. Hey, you man. Tell the driver that you're going to a double.
Never know what you're gonna get when you're with Gunny.
Ride on my double Dutch bus. It's a double Dutch bus.
Myself from the Sunnyvale retirement home in
Hi, Linda. What are you talking about, Mom? You're gonna watch it later because you're going bowling?
Bitch ass is sending us to Endor with the fuzzy little murder bears. I think I saw something over there. It looked like one of those teddy bears I was talking about. Let's go check it out. We're gonna die in a tree hammock because of you, Greg! Yeah, my bad. Wait, I got my knife. Yes! Cut us down! Careful. We're alive. Never doubted it for a second. Why is it so fast? Just keep running! Hey, am I tripping or is that a waterfall? Oh crap! Swim out! We're not gonna make it!
I can't believe this.
Vader's bitch ass is sending us to Endor with the fuzzy little murder bears. I think I saw something over there.
It looked like one of those teddy bears I was talking about.
Let's go check it out. We're gonna die in a tree hammock because of you, Greg!
Yeah, my bad.
Wait, I got my knife. Yes! Cut us down! Careful.
We're alive.
Never doubted it for a second.
Why is it so fast? Just keep running!
I had to turn down the
am
volume.
I tripping or is that a waterfall?
It's I don't have the equipment, so it's gonna be
crap!
weird.
Swim out! We're not gonna make it!
After a truck accident in Germany, soap chemicals into the river, creating this foam effect downstream. Look at that in Germany. Disney's having a rough week. 2 crows flew on top of the Rapunzel Tower in Tokyo at Tokyo Disney Sea in Japan. Started to rip out her hair. Look at that. What the fuck? We're just scrolling the news, everyone. We're waiting for our special guest to call in. Once they call in, we'll go to the lines and we'll have a chit chat. Three minutes ago, sports building severely damaged in northern Indonesia amidst powerful earthquake. Here we go. We got footage from this earthquake. Casualties are unclear, reporting AZ Intel. So, we have an announcement. We're not going to hear from our callers for another 3.5 hours. That's what you're dealing with when you have to deal with time zones. That's fine. Wait, I'm messing up the math. Hold on, I'm messing up the math. Hold on. Oh, I'm tripping. It's 20 minutes. 20 minutes from now. So there's footage already from the earthquake that just happened. Again, a sewage pipe is here. There was caca everywhere. Manny Fabian reports no injuries are immediately reported after Iranian ballistic missile carrying a cluster bomb warhead spread bomblets across central Israel. One impacted in Benin Brak appears to have struck a water pipe, causing damage. Yeah, it's poop, it's sewer, it's shit. Look at the roasting that happens. So now there's someone saying they have a flag that I don't know. I think they have it says no injuries, but there's an ambulance. What's the coincidence? They're trying to. Why would you need an ambulance if you're More video has come out about the shooting of a seven-month-old baby in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. 2 gang members on a scooter are accused of shooting and killing the baby. After the shooting, they tried to get away, but they were hit by a fleeing car. Wow. Bloop. This kid.
Want to be here? Why do you love space? Why do you love being a part of history?
We're going back to the frickin' moon, that's why.
Why do you want to be here? Why do you love space? Why do you love being a part of history?
We're going back to the frickin' moon, that's why.
That's right, good.
Why do you want to be here? Why do you love space? Why do you love being a part of history?
What's up, baby? Hi, Meow.
You hungry? New arrivals, 2 bald eagles, 8 eaglets. have hatched days apart on a West Virginia nest cam, with both parents now actively feeding them and caring for them. AccuWeather reports. Yo, you think you think this is crazy? This is like Monday over there. Baytux Network reports, Trump's speech tonight will inform the public that we may require the use of ground troops to round up the uranium in Iran. Remember we went after yellow cake in Iraq? Now we're going after uranium in Iran. Yellow cake, uranium, same fucking script.
Every statement I make today is backed up by sources, solid sources. These are not assertions. What we're giving you are facts and conclusions based on solid intelligence. Saddam Hussein and his regime have made no effort to disarm as required by the international community. Indeed, the facts and Iraq's behavior show that Saddam Hussein and his regime are concealing their efforts to produce more weapons of mass destruction. Saddam Hussein has chemical weapons. Saddam Hussein has used such weapons. And Saddam Hussein has no compunction about using them again against.
We might have our callers calling on soon. Our guests are asking. They're asking, how do we join? How do we join? They're asking. So get ready. Get ready. Just call me. Turn down the wind. Alright, we got one. We got one on the net. What's up? Hold on, let me put you on speaker. Or do you have anything you want to tell me before? We gotta merge. You guys there? You guys there? Alright. Before, hold on, let me put the mic on mute. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We have Chris. Go ahead, Chris, say a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm unmuting my mic because
you got backfeed?
I don't know if the audience to listen to me chewing.
Alright, we have Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
That's my background. Just background is military background. 22 years of service, and just call me Joe.
How's the audio out there, guys? How's the audio? Chris, you done chewing? Go ahead.
Oh, that was my intro.
That was your intro? I'm the chewing guy?
That's my muting. I mean, I got military experience too.
Alright. So we got like 4 people in the chat right now. Does anybody have any opening questions that they want to drop? If not, I have like a little bit of a checklist we go by, or a little bit of organic feel. You guys have anything you want to talk about?
Crickets.
All right. In the chat, anybody got some thumbs up for the audio? I'm assuming. And there is a little bit of a delay, guys, so like we'll ask them questions or whatever, we'll hear it live, but they'll hear it like 20 seconds later for a reply. Does that make sense? Anybody there?
Hey, Johnny, you gotta find a way to like decipher if you're talking to us versus talking to the virtual audience.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, what I was saying is there's a 20-second delay. I'm talking to Joe and Chris here. Like, I'll ask a question or something, and they'll type it in the chat. So, like I just asked, is there any questions or anything they'll have? And, like, it'll be, like, a little bit of a delay for us to get a response. But at any time, you can break in, and I'll break in with the question that they ask. So you can just keep the conversation going, guys.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll generate some questions. Once
I'm sure.
Once you go through that checklist of yours.
Yeah. I gotta get my glasses on.
I mean, for me, we can go like 2 ways. We can either continue the conversation that we had yesterday, because that was pretty interesting for me.
Yeah.
And I've gotten enlightened to some things today as I've been presented with a few things.
A little bit of...
we could just start with the checklist from the top. So,
well, we actually have Linda Bishop in the chat asking how do we feel about boots on the ground.
do we want to go with Joe first? Because he's outbound. So I don't know if his, let me hear his perspectives.
What do you got, Joe? How do you feel about boots on the ground? I'm assuming we're talking about Iran. I'm assuming.
I think it's a horrible idea right now.
It's a horrible idea?
This is starting off just like Iraq, to where we didn't want to get involved with the long-time war and or a policing action, which now is starting to turn into a policing action if you're going to put boots on the ground rather than kinetic warfare.
So before the boots on the ground, we were doing okay then, right? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of things you had to take care of. They should have still taken care of it by kinetic, air, drone, whichever. Take care of what they need to take care of to cut the head off of that regime, and then let them police their own country.
Right, because you remember Trump said in January that help's on the way, and then he wanted them to go out of their houses. Then he said, no, go back in your houses. And so far, it's like, stay in your houses. We got this.
Right. So this is not
working out, right?
Should be.
Right. I don't know when are they going to come out of their houses, and have the Arab soldiers stand up for them for their beating, their shellacking they're taking on the Arab coast.
Well, then it's going to be the policing action that we're about to do. If we are going to put boots on the ground, that may be what they want, in order to feel a little bit more comfortable with that regime still alive and well.
Right. I talked about this. With my aunt, and I said, well, a lot of the extremists are the men that are fighting. So the ones that are not, very peaceful, prosper, are not the extremists.
Nope.
So that
they're not.
That they need a lot of more backbone, a lot of daddy to help them. I mean, would you agree or disagree? Sounds like you did.
I agree. I like it.
Yeah. Because you've had training, international training, and you've seen a lot of other flavors of units. Not to just mention, seeing just U.S. soldiers. You've seen other types of flavors out there, and so you know what's going on with the culture and everything with that. I'm sure that you can share a little bit.
Just regime-based cultures that have existed for 1,000 years in the backcountry of Afghanistan. They fight. Those guys actually fight because they believe in their cause and their purpose. So that was some of my toughest enemy combatants. Versus the Iraqi, they were more guerrilla type warfare. Just pick and choose a target. They wouldn't go face to face with you.
Right, asymmetric warfare.
Yeah, it was definitely unique. Seeing two different enemies type of warfare, and then just looking at North Korea, and then the way they're dug in. They had the time to dig in their country, Eastern Russia as well.
Even to step in there, Iran just announced they've been waiting for this war for 40 years. So they've been dug in too.
Yeah, clearly the U.S. I think bit off more than they could chew initially.
Right. I thought they were going to roll over.
Yeah, not thinking that they would fight back, and they surely fought back.
Right, Chris, what do you think?
Hey, Gunny, I think you got to get a little closer to the mic. You sound like you're distant away.
How does Rippy sound? How does Joe sound?
What?
How does Joe sound?
No, Joe sounds fine. But, you guys are getting pretty deep into, like, the military house, the tactical aspect of it. I think if it's a civilian asking a military guy, what do you think about boots on the ground? I think the Army, what does the Army think about that? I think the Army would respond with, we're used to it. So
yeah,
the older
for sure.
guys that have been in the Army for quite some time, it's just another thing that they do as part of their job. And then the other piece is the new guys that are waiting for something bigger than themselves to do, other than just training a made-up enemy in the training field. Now they have a purpose. So you did talk about a little bit of politics stuff. I think that's part of the art of war nowadays.
Yeah, you're right.
Years ago, that wasn't part of the art of war. Politics is a part of art of the war now. However, like, as soldiers, we can't control any of that. So I don't think... Yeah, sure, there's soldiers that are consumed in a lot of that social media information. But at the end of the day, the young soldier that doesn't have any experience can't wait to get out there. And then the old soldier that's been there before is like, here we go again. So that's what I think the Army thinks of the boots on the ground.
Right. There's always that attitude, but at the same time, there's always awareness that this society has brought us to, and that's also something that they have to take in consideration. There's just so much open source out there; it's hard to put a cap on all of it. So, no questions in the chat right now. I'll ask you guys a question. What separates real leadership from rank on paper?
Joe?
We got the rank, but what about, the paper leader? What about the rank?
So, for me, it's kind of rank immaterial if you're a leader. The actual real definition of taking care of a soldier is actually doing the hard thing, training them, yelling at them, discipline, not being their best friend, not giving them passes.
Right.
That's, there's a fine line from taking care of somebody and being a leader,
Yeah.
And anything that you do, you're always there with them. It's number one is presence. If you're going to ask them to do it, you better be able to do it yourself.
Right. And I would say at number 2 would be consistency.
Oh yeah, always there, always presence.
Well, not the presence, but the consistent leadership. Not the wishy-washy leadership. It's like to have a consistent style.
Can't be a 4-day every month. Can't have a 4-day weekend type thing. And like you're saying, you can't just turn around and be like, nope, no more 4 days. You got to stick to it now and start training hard. It's got to be every single day. So when you starting with PT.
Yeah, that's very important.
That's an everyday thing, and that's where you get your leader versus rank, because you're with them, you're doing the PT with them, you're getting to know that person, the cohesion, along with your squad or section or however you want to call it, or platoon, or even battery at certain levels.
Yeah. What about you, Chris? You've seen a lot of leaders being in your position that have, I'm sure you have some kind of
No, I was kind of reflecting on what Joe was saying earlier, and I don't know if there's a way, just from the microphone perspective, to minimize that reverb. There's a little bit of reverb that's happening. I think the difference between rank and being a leader, right? That's really what your question was.
Yeah, what separates real leadership from rank on paper?
I think if you're comparing the two, I think there's an expectation with rank on paper. So if I see like a senior non-commissioned officer rank on paper followed by your name, or a senior officer rank followed by your name on paper, I think there's a certain set of expectations on how you should be able to, your ability to articulate operations, whether that be tactical or operationally or strategically. And I think that's the limitation on, like, when you compare rank on paper versus leadership, because that's all kind of that you get out of that, right? There's these expectations. You probably met some milestones, but you had to meet some milestones in order to get that rank. So the expectation is you should know A, B, and C, whether it's how you communicate, maybe how you lead, maybe the things that you're supposed to know. Real leadership, I don't know. I think it's doing, like, a lot of the stuff that Joe said. It's doing the hard stuff that nobody else wants to do.
Yeah.
Somebody told me that leading means getting people to do what they don't want to do. And I think there was a lot of truth to that coming up in the military, but I think it's a little bit more complicated. It's a little bit more complex.
More nuanced, yeah,
as you get
for sure.
higher in rank. Right? I mean, Joe would probably agree. It's not just getting those people that don't want to do something to do it. It's the whole formation. So how do you turn that formation into a cohesive organization? Right? I mean, if you're listening to a leader ask those critical questions, then I think your instincts of, this person is probably a good leader, is I would have to say is more than 60% accurate. Right? If they're asking the right questions, if they're looking at certain things, if they're being very observant, those are other key aspects of, like, okay, I think we might have a good leader here. But you don't know until shit hits the fan. That's the bottom line. Yeah, I don't know if this is a curse-free environment?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, it is a curse-free?
Is it
a pro-curse environment?
Curse away.
It's just how I like to, communicate what I'm trying to say. Right? That's the me before I joined the Army. But I interviewed somebody for a position that I was leaving, and I swear to God, me and my deputy were like, oh God, we picked the right person. I even told my boss, hey sir, I'm getting ready to get out of here, but I'll tell you that you're in good hands. You got the right person. That was in June of last year. We are now in March, and this person is currently under investigation.
Yeah, yeah.
Counterproductive leadership. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? I wanted to go back to the unit and say, I am so sorry. I had no idea. And I even ran into my deputy a couple weeks ago, and I was like, hey, look, I know you and I didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things, but we made stuff happen, and we were a really good team. Like, what happened there? And he was like, you know what, you got me too. And I think when shit hits the fan, like, you really get a chance to see people's true, not identity, but people's true character on their, how they verbalize they're a good leader. Right? Because you can just say you're a good leader all day long, but let's actually see it in action. And that really comes, it pays a lot of dividends when you're dealing with stuff that you're under a lot of stress. Because the fact of the matter is, like, especially in life or death situations, you could tell who the leader is in that group when a life or death situation occurs, because they turn to them, regardless of their rank. And so they just know how to deal with shit under pressure. And I think that's another really key aspect to it. It's the unfortunate part about it is you can't predict that until it happens, and it may be too late by then.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, Linda says in the chat, she says, let's just discuss a little bit what she's talking about. She says she lived in Turkey for 3 years. Her husband was in the Air Force. We were there. We were always ready for evacuation. I was there when the United States bombed Libya. It was a scary time. She was there from 83 to 86. She put that in the chat. She wants to know if we have anything to say about that. I mean, I don't remember the time. I was young. It was, very young for us at that time. But if you have anything to say, Linda, you can add more in the chat, and then we can bring it up later. But yeah, that character on paper versus character in performance is just, that's something that always struck with me. I'll give you a little bit of my experience. On the ground, I look like I can conquer the world, but when I turned into my paperwork and submitted me and wanted to be, did you go to school? I'm like, no, I don't go to college. I barely graduated high school. I don't, blah 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 blah. I didn't really care about what I submitted for me, anything for me. I was always just on the ground taking care of everyone else, first sergeants, everything. Jump in a gun, certified, get out of a gun, go turn in somebody's leave packet. It's just the way it was for me. But I never took care of myself. So when it came time to look for the sergeant first class position, when it goes up to, I believe it's called decentralized, whatever it's called. I didn't look the best on paper, but on ground, everybody's like, why aren't you getting picked up? It's like, I don't know. You know these people that do get picked up, they have the DUIs, and they're like, well, he got picked up, so on and so forth. So it's very frustrating for me. So I always took it as a shot in the mouth when you see those people that do get picked up, and you know that they're not good leaders, but they look good on paper. Does that make sense?
It does to me, Joe. You anything you want to say?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what you just said.
Yeah, I mean,
that was man, that was that's almost a past thing now. Because, well, at least at the level that I'm at, it's so competitive that everybody has the same school now.
Right.
So you kind of have to be that leader and stand out above your peer because you all have the same schools.
Well, that's what I mean. It's on paper, but if you take somebody and locally, like Washington D.C. doesn't know shit about degrees, when they see the paperwork, but do they know the person? Like even with Chris's circumstance, he found the person to replace him, and
Yeah, that's unique. It's never a guarantee.
Right.
You gotta. God, leadership is an art. It's science, really, and then art. Depending on what level. Like,
well, for me, it turns into it's a human thing about power. When you have power, you can be corrupt, and it's like, okay, I got a little bit more power, authority. It all turns, for me, in my experience and seeing it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, you got the private trying to be the little gangster running stuff at the same time. But when it comes to higher up, you know, you got, oh, I can get away with this. I know the system.
Yeah. Man, I don't know, Derek. I got a couple things to say about that.
Go ahead.
I think you know, I think the other part about being a leader is self-reflection.
Yeah.
So if you actually did a true assessment of yourself, or you had somebody else do it, somebody would probably tell you, just based off of what you, just that one thing that alone that you said, that you were just you were limited on your promotion potential because you were one-dimensional, right? You got stuff done on the ground with the soldiers, but you also got to realize what Joe was saying about competitiveness. You got to do all those things really well. You got to write well. You have to communicate well through writing. You have to communicate well through.
And that's gonna produce an awesome leader. You see what I'm saying? It's like, even though you do all that, for me, I'm a people pleaser. It grows up to trauma. You know, always wanted to satisfy someone. You know, it's just how I grew up psychologically. And yeah, it played against me 100%. But at the same time, I was too busy trying to make everybody else satisfied. I wasn't taking care of myself. And I said that when I said it. That's why I was doing that.
I think if somebody were to put you in a position of like first sergeant role or command sergeant major role at like a brigade or a division or a corps, you would see that there's different levels of leadership, and the leadership that you're talking about is one particular level, but there are other levels of leadership, right? And Joe, I don't know if like maybe there had to been sort of realizations that you came to when you went from your responsibilities as a platoon sergeant to now your responsibilities as the first sergeant. How people saw you, how you saw them, the expectations from that aspect, how you redefined leadership now that you were at that different rank. I mean, what are some of the things that pop up in your head?
No, for me, it's that's when you're starting to get the taste of the strategic level. So definitely a different mindset. You're looking at the broader picture versus what's right in front of you. And then even more so now, it's the first sergeant is an admin, super admin guy. You got to be 360 on this. The super admin guy at the same time, you need to be there with that soldier, showing him how to nail that spike into the ice or something, you know, like just give him a little heads up or a kick in the butt, like, yeah, you're doing good, cheer up. Be able to knock out all the admin, help the soldiers, advise your platoon sergeants, and then hands off at that point. All you're doing is circling back to check it. And then every meeting you go to is already at the first stages of strategic level, brigade and higher level, for planning. Because for instance, the firing battery, one firing battery might be attached to a whole division or corps level training exercise that you're going to influence a lot of people. So you got to, and then of course international as well. We just had that also. Different types of formations again. International formations such as, you know, some of our allies or people that we want to be allies that we're still training with. So it's from being a platoon sergeant and just staying in my lane, staying in my platoon sergeant lane, worrying about the battery. It goes full-fledged into minimum corps level at this level.
Let me just share one perspective with you too, right? Like I know a first sergeant in our organization back overseas that is now like this big time 3-star level command sergeant major, and if I were to look back at like what was the interaction like when he was the first sergeant amongst other first sergeants in a room of battery commanders and the battalion commander, sergeant major, when we were overseas? And I remember, like, he stood out because when he would talk, people would stop and listen, and they would turn their head and watch what he was saying, listen to what he was saying. You can lead. You can be a leader indirectly. You don't have to be You don't just have to be a direct leader when you're down there with the soldiers. You can be an indirect leader too, and that's kind of an example of different levels of leadership. And he was in a room with people that were either equal to his rank, and he was still able to lead in that setting. So I think that's the other piece with comparing rank on paper versus leadership. You don't have to have the rank to be a leader.
Yeah,
you could be.
I actually worked for that man, so I know exactly who you're talking about.
Right.
And
right.
He actually demanded attention. So
yeah, that's the other piece.
He's on a whole different level, and I've seen him since then. And yeah, he just his from back then, 20 years ago, to now. Oh my God, that's just a whole different human being, but still the same aura, I guess, around him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and you also got to give credit to like these corporations in the civilian sector, where like imagine you're asked to be a leader in a group of extremely intelligent people, way smarter than you. Right? How do you navigate through that?
That's easy.
And
that's easy for me.
Yeah, okay.
It is.
I just think that would be a huge challenge because you have to test. You're testing yourself every day, whether you know it or not.
Yeah. He's the guy for that job. It wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'd be up to it. I'm not up for it. Like I couldn't do that.
I didn't say I was up for it. I just said it would be easy.
No, it wouldn't be easy.
It would be easy because when you have people that want to learn and have a brain, they'll attach to you. When you have people with low IQ, when you live in the ghettos, take yourself back to where you were back when you were, before you joined. Those people still exist, and there's a lot of them now. So when you the scenario you posed it as have big tech CEOs, those people live off leadership. That's easy to teach them to lead or to follow. But it's for me, I would say that would be easy. I wouldn't want to do it, obviously.
Interesting. That's an interesting way of looking at it. I would say that the smart people. Then I would ask you to consider someone not only is way smarter than you, but also has an ego, right? Because that's
the problem with
when you start getting to those levels.
Yeah.
That's what you're dealing with.
Yes, 100%.
You're dealing with their personalities.
Yes,
and it's just a matter of like, how do you navigate around personalities? Yeah, sure.
You
it
don't
might not look like leadership for some people, but that is a form of being a leader.
It's highly they want to bring back masculinity, but they're bringing back the toxic masculinity. The fuck you, bro, I'm fucking Giga Chad. You know what Giga Chad is? It's those we've lost our masculinity, but at the same time we're trying to bring it back like with Blue Chew and fucking it's like rage boner, and a lot of it has to do with birth rates. But anyways,
you lost me there.
Yeah. Okay. You guys have been too busy doing OERs and NCOERs and all that other shit. I've been paying attention to the shrinkage of the taint of the human body.
What's the what year are you out now? Number of years since you retired? Derek?
6.
Or Gunny, sorry. 6 years.
Yeah.
Man, a lot has changed in 6 years.
Well, yeah.
So this session that I was in today, right? They started this kind of innovation 6 years ago, and I had left the organization in 2019. So I wasn't a part of that initial onset of this innovation to the organization. But you were saying the other day that soldiers now are, well, I think it was Joe actually that mentioned it.
Not now, back then.
They don't do crap. They just they need to be told what to do every second. I was in this innovation experience today where there were guys that were like all the way down to specialists that were doing the most amazing crap, especially with AI, and then their ability to integrate contractors or contract companies to solve like real Army problems, and actually get systems to integrate and work with each other with the use of contract companies. And I've never experienced that before in the Army, but to be able to see that's kind of like what the soldier is doing right now, that I would make that an argument to your point yesterday, that there's soldiers out there that are just trying to get at the leadership and get back at the leadership, and they don't do crap. And I would say that I don't think that's everybody. I think there's so many organizations out there where rank as low as an E4 is doing the craziest things that I could never do if you were to ask me to do that.
There's good.
Yeah, that shouldn't have been a broad stroke at all. Privates, that should not have been. It's literally, I guess, the 20% that we're talking about. It is the 20%, and that's what that's what you deal with your whole time. You don't get to enjoy the 80% of doing awesome things like like the innovations or whatever you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's that 20%. That's your whole time that you're in a leadership. Well, not in a role. Doesn't have to be a leadership role, but that's 20% of your time, or 100% of your time, or even 90% of your time that you're taking care of that 20%.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The 20% that are causing problems.
Yep.
Correct.
Ends up taking up 90% of your time. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's also another weird ratio percentage too, where 10% of your workforce is doing 90% of the work.
Yeah, that's a unique one.
Yeah,
because I could see it as out of a battery or a company level.
That's punishment by performance. Punishment performance.
I could see the 80% or whatever doing the right thing and getting the job done. But 10%, the 10% would be more leaning towards like my platoon sergeant or one really good section chief or squad leader. I could see that.
Oh, I hear you. But it's weird. It's weird how that kind of worked out today, where I saw that and I was like, "Oh wow, this is we were just talking about this yesterday. We were just talking about the opposite of this yesterday."
Yeah, but I didn't take it as everyone, all of them.
I know, but I got to spill shit out. Chris is kind of serious sometimes.
Oh shit! Hey, watch out, man! He's got a mean right hook.
Speaking of slow, we never answered what's your next question.
Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to think of how to answer that.
Linda, what did she ask?
Can you ask that question again? Or Gunny, can you repeat that question?
Her question about Turkey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she just saying that she lived there, and I was just saying, she was just saying she lived there, and she was a spouse in the Air Force. And she was always on alert in case of evacuating, and then she was there during the bombing of Libya through 83 and 86.
So, I'm taking it as she's kind of reliving that with Iran going on right now.
Yeah.
Very similar with me watching the Gulf War when I was 10 years old.
That's where I started. I started on CNN watching this stuff.
Right. So I could see that, and being there, on a base or whatever that's getting bombed or near it, yeah, that's some scary shit. I've been bombed. I've been hit several times. But
did you guys see that video of the base in Saudi Arabia? In the bunker?
No.
The soldiers in the bunker?
No.
You want me to play it for you?
No.
Well, you have to send us a link because we're just talking to you on telephone.
Well, if you put on your go to the link, put on your YouTube, I can put it on, and then just turn your audio down. Because then you'll have a reverb. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's the reverb I was just talking to you about.
No, that's the OBS reverb. That's just the microphone reverb. There'll be another reverb.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. But anyways, yeah, there somebody had
You
filmed.
said fix yourself, Derek.
Huh?
Or Gunny? You said
No,
fix yourself,
I'll mute.
Gunny?
I'll mute my microphone when I'm not talking. Maybe that'll help.
That's all right. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, while he's doing that, I heard. I thought I saw. It's not mainstream media. It's not. I don't know what media. I might have seen it, but it said that like bases like Arifjan were just obliterated. I don't think that's true.
We'll share this. The girls can have.
Or it's got some significant damages. Like, can you imagine something like Camp Arifjan, Kuwait, or what else? What other safe places are there?
Buring.
Well, yeah, Kuwait got hit.
Check this out.
Yeah, but places
It's
like
on.
Camp
It's on right
Arifjan
now.
are
It's
like-
playing right now. You'll see it in the next 20 seconds on there. If you go to the
Everybody over here is good.
the thumbnail.
Good. I saw that one come in. You guys all right? Everybody okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there's some. Oh.
Are y'all good? Everybody's good. Everybody over here is good. Good. I saw that one come in. You guys all right? Everybody okay?
And they put this out like, lickety splickety.
Oh.
Are y'all good? Everybody's good. Everybody over here is good. Good. I saw that one come in. You guys all right? Everybody okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there's some. Oh.
Are y'all good? Everybody's good. Everybody over here is good. Good. I saw that one come in. You guys all right? Everybody okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there's some.
That was in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, specifically, let me see. Let me check.
Are y'all good? Everybody's good.
Holy smokes! What base is that?
Let me see. Let me check. Linda also had more to say. Linda was a correctional officer.
Correctional officer overseas? Or?
No, correctional officer stateside. When I worked as a correctional officer for 21 years around evil people, it was hard to trust your life with them. Officers like lieutenants and captains and wardens. Oh, she's saying that it was hard to trust your life to those officers, captains, and wardens because of, being around such hostile people.
Yeah, that's crazy. I have to deal with that.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, unlike us, that we have a section or whatever, or a battery or company or platoon.
This was in Iraq, in Anbar Province, Al Assad Air Base.
Oh shit! Outside?
Mm-hmm.
Not good.
Yeah. Can you guys hear the audio on it?
Everybody over here is good.
Or whatever that I was sleeping in Kuwait.
You guys all right? Everybody okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there's some.
Hopefully they didn't hit the green bean, in the McDonald's.
Hey, the green bean in the KFC.
There we go.
Yeah.
How do you mute the YouTube?
It's muted. Can you guys hear my neighbor's music?
No, I'm saying, how do I mute the YouTube? Oh, okay.
Let's see if Linda has anything else to say. She said in Turkey, our American Bolden were bused to school. I guess American children were bused to school with soldiers on them with M16s. Yeah, it was. That's how it was then.
Yeah.
She says,
Did they have ask her? Did they have like annual training like that?
Oh
like,
yeah, I know. You just asked her, but I know that they did. They had that's the thing that irritates me is we don't go to the range enough. We go to the range to qualify, and not we need to go to the range just to shoot. They do that a lot. Yeah. They have there's a range. We have a prison nearby here, and it's always you can hear them every Thursday. Pop, 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 pop. They're always recalibrating and everything. Not like us, so it's just like qualify. I know it costs a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but this is what it is.
Right. Yeah, 100 soldiers.
Yeah, you want a big army, you gotta fucking fork the money over. I mean, you want us to be trained.
Oh. Again, it's still difficult.
Even to put it in a whole calendar year, dude. When I was working at I know you guys work at higher levels than me, but when I was working at S3, putting the calendar with the S3 together, it's like ordering ammo, ordering land, it's just so much stuff that goes through, and your day's gone, your year's gone. You do it all over again. Yeah. It's crazy. You really don't have time for anything.
Innovations for the brigade. For this environment, I won't specifically put out my environment, but
wait, the same kind of innovations that I was talking about earlier.
Correct. But it's the how do we survive in this type of environment? And then I get to deal with it's not contract. Well, it is a contractor, I guess. But it's local people making products that are proven that we get to test in field out here.
The conversation that we had yesterday about the thing that you guys were scared about for soldiers. Those were the companies that are working with this group here.
Okay, that's cool.
Solving that problem. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. It's pretty efficient. They identified all types of different issues with that concern, and how do you battle those concerns, or how do you battle each of those issues with that whole holistic concern?
Right.
Earlier you were talking about Al Assad Air Base. Were you the last time you were there? Were you walking around without just no full battle rattle, just regular patrol cap and crap?
I had a boonie cap last time I was there.
Yeah, so it's got to be pretty surreal to hear, those guys are probably in full battle rattle. They're probably getting hit. Facilities are probably getting, smashed. I mean, that's wild. Especially something like Camp Arifjan, Kuwait, to think that,
right?
Like you were saying, people were just taking nice strolls to Green Bean.
Yeah.
And now,
that was my break.
I remember doing bingo, USO bingo, Camp Beering.
Bingo.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it is surreal to hear that that's what's happening right now.
I have three different stories for my Iraqs. The 04 one, how it sucked, and all that, and then the 02 one with you, sir, was more like more like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but there was caves.
The 09.
Yeah, 09.
That was 08 to 09.
Right. And then the 016 one was totally isolated and different. You were doing shit.
Yeah.
They all had their different flavors. I don't know about anybody else's experience, but
my
word will be the same way. This will be different too.
Right, my word. Yeah, it's going to be unique because Afghanistan was completely different. That was full combat. That was fighting, actual fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Is that T? Is that T in the background?
Oh, you hear?
I hear T in the background.
You hear T in the background into your podcast?
Yeah, what's up, T? So, yeah, Linda, do you have any inmates? She says inmates don't have guns, but they have plenty of weapons. Oh, yeah. See, I remember my mom was a correctional officer also. So she took us to the prison to do like they show you around, and they showed us the weapon board. Dude, you wouldn't have believed the weapons that you could make out of paper and strings and whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah. They can make a shank out of just toilet paper. And you can like literally die from toilet paper going into you. It's something that's for your ass. Wait. Something that's going... That doesn't make sense. But you know what I mean? It's like some of the things that you wouldn't think as weapons, it would be. That they can fester up. Do you have any other stories about that, Linda? Well, she's coming up with that. Let me ask you guys a question. What military myths need to die? What are the myths out there? You know what gets me when you watch like when they do a parodies of the military, you're like, no, that's fucking doesn't work like that or whatever. Some of my biggest let me think. A myth. Okay.
I got it. I got one.
You got one? Couple. I'll go after you. Go ahead.
Okay. It's literally the stereotype of a senior non-commissioned officer.
What?
You need to have one DUI. Divorced at least once and in debt. Right?
That's a myth.
Credit score
That's
like
a myth.
That
seems like more like something you need.
Well, you're saying that's what people thought of NCOs?
A senior NCO, to become a sergeant first class, you needed to have that. Growing up in the Army, that's what it seemed to be. Like if your platoon sergeant didn't have a DUI and he wasn't divorced at least once, he's not really a platoon sergeant.
It's like
or he's not going to make
you weren't a real
class.
soldier unless you had an Article 15.
That's a myth.
Right.
I'm an advocate for strong, healthy families, Like, no, you guys stick together. You get through this 20-plus years together, without a freaking DUI, because that's usually what the cause of the divorce is.
Yeah.
So that's my myth.
My myth is soldiers know how to make fires. Dude. And fires. Do you remember making a fire in the field? Okay. No, we're not talking about barbecuing there, Joe. We're talking about for survival. Like if you like the average soldier, if you took him out in the field, do we make fires? No, right? Fires, like fires to stay warm, any kind of fires. We have heaters, right? Yeah. We have heaters, right? We have different ways to keep warm. Most people think, a myth, I would say, soldiers know how to make fire. Like you're a soldier, you know how to make fire. It's not a myth up here.
We actually do start fires up here.
Yeah, that's where you're at.
So location based, yes.
Right, but mainly, Chris, you know how to start a fire?
YouTube is one hell of a drug.
But if you're out in the wilderness, can you maintain a fire for 5 hours?
Yeah, it's easy.
It's easy, huh?
Yeah, give us a quick rundown how you do it, Joe.
Ours is a drip pan full of diesel, and just keep feeding it.
Okay.
Once you get it lit, you're good. All you got to do is have a cotton swab or cotton ball with some Vaseline, and that sucker don't go out.
Hey, you know what?
Once the diesel's lit, it doesn't stop either.
Right, that thing burns continuous diesel. You had a lot of climates in your background. What was your favorite climates? What was your favorite climate?
Oh God. Oh man. I would say the Midwest.
Really?
Yeah, because at least I got a little bit of 4 seasons there. Versus
everything was extreme
heat versus extreme cold.
And you were asking him his favorite climate?
Yeah, Midwest.
No close calls with tornadoes during that time?
Yeah, I had about there was a half a dozen around me, but close calls would be probably 2 for me. Other than that, I enjoyed the 4 seasons. I didn't enjoy the humidity, but again, that's the only downfall that I've seen of it. I enjoyed the wind a little, when it was. I mean, I enjoyed everything about it because it did snow. The spring was there, like classic spring, classic fall. Not really a classic summer from what I'm used to, but still, the winter was there as well. So
that's what Germany had all the seasons.
Germany, I was more focused on going to Iraq.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
so
I was there for so long.
I didn't get to pay attention except for when I got back.
Well, there were 4 seasons in Germany, Joe. You poor thing.
Huh?
You poor thing. There were seasons in Germany. You were too busy.
Yeah, I was way too busy, man. But when I got back, about the only thing I can enjoy was the monk beer, the Kreuzberg.
Kreuzberg, yeah.
A couple festivals, and that's about it.
Man. Yeah, I was scared. I was scared shitless when I got there because I got there December 28th, 99. So I thought the Y2K thing was gonna go down. Everyone thought that, like all the computers. Funny. So when I got to Germany, I flew into Frankfurt and everything, and I got to Schweinfurt. There was a lot of gunfire. I was like, man, this fucking place is a war zone, man. Pa 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 all the time, right? And I didn't know anything of how they celebrated there, till later on. And then you realize back then, you're like, man, I thought this place was going to go up to shit because there was guns going off, Y2K is about to happen, and then it's just like nothing. And then you figure out those are actually firework guns that they use, and it's like the computers are fine. So that's what happened to me when I was in Germany. And then everything else came up to the Kosovo, so we had a little bit of time to fill a little bit of seasons. Rippy was on the ground, fucking Grafenwehr and all the way to Iraq.
Yeah, you had a little bit of time with me.
Just keep going, Rip. Yeah, Joe.
Joseph. Joe or Joseph. How dare you?
Yeah, he was always on the go.
My identity's gone.
It's gone.
You dirtbag.
We're going to have to keep this listed as unlisted. But Linda says, she's like, she also said in the comments, she goes, her husband George was in a trench when he was freezing in the Mojave Desert, and he caught his poncho on fire. Yes, he did that. George was SF. SF meaning for Air Force, he was security forces like our MPs. So even as MPs, some have intelligence, catches this stuff on fire. That was a big battle for me when soldiers would be charging their cell phones on the, using the jumper cables to charge their cell phones before they had solar panels.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see. Do we have any other questions? You guys good? I think we covered a lot of stuff, or you guys want to keep going? We're at 58 minutes right now on this phone call.
Well, you had a bunch of stuff in there. I don't know. Pick another one.
Yeah, I know.
Joe, what's on your mind?
I was about to cut it because I'm at that hour limit.
Yeah. Oh, you got the 60-minute man pass?
Yep.
I feel you.
Jay.
Yeah, I got Daddy Dues. I'm doing it right now too.
We can continue.
It is good catching up with you guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys inviting us. Give us an excuse to come together. We should pull some special guests, like a Vinny or a Carlos or a Jonathan or a Michael.
Chuck would be off the wall.
Or a Chuck.
Chuck's like Chuck saved
T in the background.
I hear
calling out names.
She loves Chuck, man. She loves Chuck. She loves her some Chuck.
Huh? Or maybe T up here needs to be a special guest since she wants to get in on it.
Yeah. Oh, was she listening?
I mean, we could do part 2, part 3, whatever. Continue this, so it's no issues. But I say no more than an hour.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the audience? We got 4 people in the audience. How do you guys feel about this? Let them. It takes them like 20 minutes to answer, so we'll wait. Go. What else you guys got?
What? I can't hear you. You're far away from the phone again.
How far away?
All right, go ahead. What's your question?
I asked the audience. I said, "Audience, how do you feel? Should we keep doing this, or what? You know?"
Oh.
But it gives them. You got to wait for them to answer.
Johnny, I think you got to fix that reverb for next time.
Well, yeah, I definitely have to, but it takes equipment. I don't have the equipment, so I got to upgrade. And when I do.
It's just that part, like when Joe's talking, it's like the last word of his sentence is what you'll hear twice, or you'll hear like crackling in the background.
But how does it sound? How does it sound on the podcast? On the YouTube, YouTube, that's what's
only. I guess only. We'd only be able to know by going back to it. We'd have to go back to it.
Right. Well, the audience will give us some feedback here. 79, Alara 79 says great job with a thumbs up. How was the audio? We're getting more viewers now. All right, Rippy, I know you got to go. Hey, we're gonna end this here, guys. How do you guys? We're not getting any feedback. All right, we're gonna end this here. I know you got to go, Rip. Joseph, Joe, and Chris.
Hey, you're jacking it up. All right, you're fired. We're gonna hire you tomorrow, but today you're fired.
Okay. I told you you should have used the other ones.
Or maybe you give the audience a heads up, like of a topic or two.
Yeah, we can do something.
Way, they don't know what to expect, and then maybe you get that like 5 to 10 people or 10,000 people that want to hear that topic.
Well, yeah, eventually, but yeah.
Because Gunny's Gunny.
Yeah. I appreciate it, Chris. I appreciate it, Joe. T in the background. Everybody listening. We had Linda in the chat. We had Sarah come on at the end, 79. All right. Peace out, guys. Thanks.
Take care.
Bye.
Later.
Call ended.